Today we're gonna race our new KTM. All right, if you've been following my channel, you know I picked up a new bike last week and today we're gonna race it. So I'm doing something a little different this time. I'm making 2 videos. If you would like to watch just the race with no commentary, click up here and that'll take you right to that video. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead. Oh shit.
You think you go down the thing?
No, I was 100% gonna go down,
Yeah,
and then I saw somebody go in front of me, and I chickened out. All right, this course is tough. You guys saw it. It's either roots or whoops, and it is tough. So, did you guys see the number 70 Kawasaki go down in front of me? Yes, I got it on film too. It was a tight course, and this stock gearing on the KTM, which is a 1350, is not friendly to the stock gearing. So I desperately need to go to a 51 or 52. I was having to clutch so much in those tight sections. It's gonna be tough. All right, let's go to the start. I'm hoping to have some good starts. Been practicing it on that bike. If I can be in the top 5, I think it'll be a successful start. Go.
30 seconds, kill those engines.
All right, so I took a couple practice starts in these deep ruts and they were not working out for me. As you can see, this one works out okay. I get pulled to the right. It's a good thing Toby wasn't starting next to me. But let's take a look at the start from the third person perspective. Get a great jump, great reaction, and third into the corner. Boy, does that new bike just go! Like,
there's your point.
First person perspective here. I didn't even get a chance to twist the throttle wide open. I wish I had, because I just, veered off to the right a little bit and got a little spooked. All right, so then everybody comes up on me. So there's 5 people ahead of me. That means I'm 6th place right on the whole shot line. Remember I said 5th or better is a success, so not a success. We'll have to get top 5 off the line next time. Alright, so first corner wasn't so great, second corner wasn't so great, and now pretty much the entire class is caught up to me. You see Mark right here almost lost it in this corner. I couldn't stay in the rut. Just lost it right out of that rut, and now no momentum coming out of the corner. So I went from 3rd to last, and this wouldn't have happened in my previous class to D class. Quick look back there to confirm that yes, I am in last. So in the D class I would have stayed in top 3 probably, finished top 5 maybe, but this class is a lot faster, so I know what I need to work on. This is exactly why I wanted to move up, just to get a feel for that speed, like an idea of what these guys are doing well and what I need to work on. So I've been working on technique a lot over the past year, and it's pretty obvious I need to work on some speed too. So there's a little cheater line here because that overhanging limb was pretty dangerous, so everybody's pretty much taking this little cut line. This line wasn't available in practice. This line right here with this drop off, I took it and almost ran into that tree. I noticed on other people's videos that they're going out wide. There. So there's Mark, got stuck on that log there, so I passed him. He'll pass me back, of course. It's pretty fast. And then I saw people taking a right there, and then over here to the right there's a little straight line through the woods that I never saw until I saw people's videos. I guess I'm just not picking up on some of those pro lines. I need to. Alright, so shift into 3rd here. It's one of the few times on the courses I actually shifted into 3rd. The second gear on this bike's pretty tall, so I was able to stay in 2nd most of the time. Probably down into 1st right here, just so I don't stall. See, like this little straight, it's not long enough. It's neat as, well, you heard me coast there, but I shouldn't be coasting. Bad line choice there. I should have gone outside to take the smoother line. And I hit that pothole. Oh man, I'm just making it worse for myself. Alright, let's look at these whoops. I don't know what to do. Like, I got nowhere to practice whoops. Like, there's nowhere where I ride that I can practice whoops. So, like, I just have to accept the fact that I suck at them. And there was a lot on this course. This is a fun little section. You can kind of get a good flow here, but I'm still, so this is my 2nd day riding this bike, I'm still like hesitant to really push it. Oh, there goes Mark. And look, he stands up and just pushes right through those whoops. I think I did a fairly good job rolling onto the throttle in some of the corners, but my corner speed is just abysmal. It doesn't really matter, like I'm just going so slow. I've been talking to a couple friends about it. I think a lot of it has to do with my entrance speed. Like, I'm coming into the corner so slow that I'm just afraid. Oh, I can stop there. I'm just afraid that I'm either gonna lay the bike down or I'm gonna high side it or something, but I really need to figure out how to attack the corners if I'm gonna be competitive. I was interviewing a guy on Saturday, and he said it pretty matter of fact. He said everybody can go fast on the straights. It's the cornering that wins the races. And look, that just dipped down to like what, 5-8 miles per hour right there. That's not competitive. Some more whoops, and I'm going right down the middle, which is not the best line. I should be like over on the left or right, trying to find some smooth lines. See, there was a smooth line over to the right there that I'm not picking up that well. I think I'm just trying to survive. Honestly. Little root section here. So it rained the week before this race. I was talking to the guy who laid the course out, and he says when the soil gets moist like this and then the dirt bikes start going over it, really starts exposing the roots because the tires just start kicking up all the dirt around the roots, and then the roots get exposed. So we'll see this whole course, especially the tighter sections, just really bad choppy roots. I could have attacked this straight a lot better. I think some of the problems that I was having was, so I was out most of the summer, wasn't riding all summer, and just being out of shape. So when I get to like straight sections or open sections, I'd be like, oh, okay, good, I can take a breather now, but look at these guys just attacking these sections. There goes Easton. He flies by me every time. Like, he's fast. He's fast. And he just started riding 85 this year. But I'm sure he can do it on a 65 too. I should have skipped this part. So I did put the whole first lap in, just to show everybody the course. A little tricky here. Gotta make sure you don't stall on that route. You come into the first creek bed. This creek bed is the shorter creek bed, and then the next creek bed is the forever creek bed. So you got some sand whoops in this one, not nearly as bad as the next one. So you saw during practice I took that little cut right there, but that rut was getting deep and I didn't want to stall it during the race, so I just went outside on all 3 laps. So I should be able to attack this section. So you got the rockiness, you got the soil kind of being, it's not as thick as it looks. It's more like a sawdust thing, and then you got the roots all scattered in and out. So it just makes for a little bit of uncomfortableness, if that's a word. And as James Stewart likes to say on the broadcast, you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and I'm just not quite there yet. Roots right into a couple whoops. I didn't have any problems with the sand in this race, so I did fall once in the sand just from going too slow, but that's it. No like big sand issues. You can still see there's a lot of moisture on the ground. It's really good dirt. But the suspension on this bike is great. Big upgrade from my 2006 Honda, which was older suspension. So I did get it serviced by a professional. It's still just older suspension, and really just able to attack on this bike a lot better. So everything's stock on it. I did have to respring the rear shock for my weight. There's a 1.5 inch lowering link on the bike. So I just went to the Racetech website, plugged in all the numbers, like I'm a beginner to intermediate rider. I ride woods races, I have the lowering link on, my weight. They gave me what spring rate to use. So I was able to put that in a little over a week ago. And then they also gave me the PSI for the front air forks. So I set those as well. You can see the course is really chewed up. It's a little hard to see with the shadows, but it's pretty chewed up. And you get to sections like this that are more open and you can give it more throttle, but as I said before, like, come out of those really tight sections and feel like you need to breathe for a second. So here I am kind of coasting on this downhill.
Oh, almost whiskey throttle there.
So that was really weird. That happened like 2 or 3 times during the race, and that's never happened before. I went to grab the front brake, so you can see on the video, I keep the front brake covered with my index finger. And I went to grab it, and I went to pull it actually, and it was really weird. The throttle, I could hear and I could feel the throttle being pulled or turned, and it just didn't compute in my brain. Like, I'm trying to pull the brake and the throttle is turning, or you know, the bike's trying to move forward. So I obviously blew that corner, and it happened 2 other times as well. It's just so strange. It's never happened to me before. And I think I'm hoping that just nothing mechanical and something I just need to get used to. It's a bad line choice there. I should have picked that up from practice. So some people might ask, hey Chris, you've only ridden this bike once before the race, why did you race it? You should have ridden your other bike. Well, my other bike's pretty old, it's pretty heavy, it's got better gearing than this bike, but still, I rode this bike a lot faster. And I'm not saying I'm like blazing fast, but it's just so much easier to turn. With my older bike, it's about 20 to 30 pounds heavier, so you really have to like get your weight into it while you're turning in the woods. I went straight over that root, that log in practice, but I went around it during the race. I don't know why. Just kind of chickened out.
Oh shit, I knew I was going to hit that.
You can see, of course, it's torn up and just uncomfortable is the right word. Now I should be clicking up the third and just hammering it here. But if you hear, I stayed in second the whole time, so it's kind of unfortunate watching it back like this, but alright, I really wanted to go down that little drop off there, but I chickened out during practice, and I wasn't going to do it in the race if I didn't do it during practice. My goal here is to just finish the season healthy, no more injuries. The easy line there is maybe 3 seconds longer, and see, there's a better line too. I I think I followed somebody in practice around them to the left of that hill, but clearly over that hill is the better line, and I just get stuck in my ways. Like, oh, I did it this way during practice. I just need to keep doing it that way, and it's just slower. All right, down into the creek here, the long creek. This is my first fall on my new bike.
Oh, first fall.
Just kind of tuck the front end in the sand. Gotta have that first fall sometime. Stayed running a long time though. Oh, come on, Chris.
Get some water.
This is a race. You're in a race here. You are in a race. Come on. This is just me being out of shape. Out of race shape. So I started working out about 6 weeks before this race. I'm just not back in race shape yet. Doing a row machine at the gym and also doing my street bike, like bicycle bike. For about 45 minutes to an hour. Trying to get that heart rate up. But just look at these whoops. They're like 2 feet tall. GoPro kind of mellows them out a little bit. Like, dang. Where do you practice this kind of stuff? I'm not driving all the way to Sam Houston National Forest. Like, that's 3 hours one way, 6 hour round trip just to practice whoops. I might not make it home. I'd be so tired. So I got to figure out somewhere. And we're gonna do this course next year, so like, how do I get ready for this place? I don't know. This is good dirt here. This is still a lot of moisture. There's an easier line out to the outside there. Hear me blipping the throttle, right? And you're not really supposed to do that on a 2-stroke, but you're certainly not supposed to do it on a 4-stroke. That's just me being uncomfortable. Just not holding the throttle steady. Oh, and that fuel injection, like if you start blipping the throttle, it's like, oh, you want to go, you want to stop, you want to go, you want to stop, you want to go, and then it's like, yeah, so I'm doing all the wrong things. This is a flowy section. I should be able to attack this section. For real. So my home course, the course that I ride at a lot, is Spokes in Lockhart, and it's flowy. I think this is the guy who was leading the D class. He came flying by me and then he crashed. But it's a flowy trail, and there's some tight sections in there, but it's mostly flowy. That section right there is a lot like that. I should be able to attack that. And for some reason it just wasn't comfortable, or I was tired from that really long creek and just still trying to recover. Alright, I think I fall right here. Did my head in shame, and then I tried to pick the bike up and it started overrunning. I'm like, I'm just gonna cut it. It's embarrassing. I was going like 2 miles per hour. I was going 2 miles per hour. I had to pull over because these guys were mad at me. I say that. They're not mad at me. They're just, you know, being impatient. They're in a race. They're trying to get by me, so they started revving.
Still not in shape yet.
There I go. Still not in shape yet. Taking a breather. This is only lap 1, guys. This is just lap 1. I do have to say, to my defense, not that I need to make excuses for myself, but everybody else who I talked to said like this is literally the hardest race we raced all year, and they were completely gassed by lap 3. Now, this is lap 1, so either I'm really bad or I'm out of shape. I'm also not doing things to help me physically through the race. So I saw a couple pictures from the photographers, and when I'm in my standing position, my knees are a little too far forward. That's not how I ride when I practice. I think this is a woman's A rider. I'm not gonna start revving. Like, what do I care? It's not like I'm gonna go past anything. But yeah, normally when I ride standing up, I try to keep my knees back. And so you're using mostly your hamstrings to stand. But for some reason on this race, and I think it had to do with the whoops, specifically the whoops, I saw my knees going forward, which engages your quads, and causes you to get tired faster, and your legs start hurting. And by the 3rd lap, you just don't want to stand anymore. So you still have to use your quads to stand up. So my technique could improve, and that will definitely help with the fatigue factor. Look at her. She's got good technique. She's standing. Her elbows are up. She just passed me right on the inside there. There's a fun little down into the woods here. There's like 3 or 4 options you can take right here. I went left in practice, but I saw her going straight. And then I almost changed my mind last minute. Made it through though. I think this is one of the 60A riders in front of me. I recognize his helmet. He's pretty fast. I don't know what I was doing out there. I think I heard a rider behind me. There we go, there's the throttle. Come on, we're in a race. Oh, I did start taking the inside of the turns. So I used to take the outside for some reason. And then I noticed that I was losing a bunch of time taking the outside. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna take the inside. They're so much shorter. Well, I'm on the outside here because there's a little bit of a berm built up on the outside. But I'm right down the middle here, and this is the worst spot. So I need to be finding some smooth ground. Alright, that was 25 minutes, lap 1. It's pretty embarrassing, but I know what I need to do to get better. There we go. I think we got it up in the 3rd there. Alright, so I'm going to start skipping around here, just show you the highlights for lap 2 and 3. We shouldn't have too much longer. Stayed in the rut that time there, that's good. It's the little things. Stayed in the rut, yes. Oh, so I didn't take that little drop off on lap 2. Went around. I was like, I'm not messing with that tree this time. is where Toby's gonna pass me right here. Watch the line he takes. Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it? And then he's on the throttle. Well, he's on a 2-stroke. He's on the pipe. So he's got a 300 2-stroke. It's fast. I rode it once. Watch this power slide. That was a pretty pass. That was like, that's a highlight right there. So I decided to get stuck just like this guy. Oh, he's stuck up there. I think I'll join him. Yeah, I'll just go stall. Christopher. Alright, I hear a bike coming up. So let that guy by. Going down into the creek bed again. It never got really bad in here, like not like the other creek bed. The other creek bed just got really bad. It's kind of just too short, I think. Some of those RPMs, it's like it's gonna stall right there. So I'm starting to get really tired now. I'm just like, this is turned into a trail ride, just medium pace trail ride. She just goes by me. I'm like, alright, I see a photographer up ahead.
Oh shit.
And watch what happens. So when I see the photographer, I'm thinking, am I standing up? Are my knees back? Is my back straight? Are my elbows up? And then I just, too much rear brake, and I forgot to clutch it, and just stalled. I want to take good pictures. Like, who doesn't want to look good in a picture? So I'm thinking of all these things, and just, forget how to ride the bike. Whoops. Whoops. Should be over on the right. See the right? It's a lot smoother out there. Well, there, I did go over to the left right there. He never said yes, never said no. Like, I mean, he looked like he was fine. He was sitting on his bike. Alright, so what's going on up here? See this guy.
You okay?
And then that guy drives off. So he points to his mouth. I can't hear him. So I'm like, screw it, I'll just pull over.
You okay?
What's going on?
There's a flagger up ahead. I'll go tell him, okay?
So he said, I need water. I'm dehydrated. And I'm thinking, it looks like he doesn't even have a water pack on. Like, oh yeah, well, of course you're gonna be gassed on this race. Like, I've already stopped for water 3 times. So I remember there being I think that I thought I was closer to that drop off where I know that the sweeper stands up there, but I wasn't. Came out to this field, and there's another wood section, and then you get to that spot. But I saw this guy sitting on his bike, so I went up to talk to him.
There's a guy back there about 100, 150 yards.
Okay.
He's sitting down. He's like totally dehydrated.
Let's go check out him.
So I haven't seen any sweepers since
Go
then.
ahead.
Thank you.
That's all you gotta do. Just gotta find somebody.
Look up the third here.
Alright, we're back in the creek bed. Now I'm looking up ahead and I see Greg clapping, like, just come on Chris, come on, right there in that black shirt.
Yeah.
Nobody else is. So I pull over to the right, take my hand off the throttle. I go, come on, come on.
You okay?
And then they all just start like, yeah. I've just never seen this many people down or sitting on the side of the race before. It's crazy. It's got all kinds of people pulled over. Alright, this is where I crashed on lap 1. Taking extra precaution now. I don't want to embarrass myself twice.
You okay? I'll tell a sweeper.
He's pulled over, no helmet on. He says, my bike's broken. I said, okay, I'll find a sweeper. I didn't find a sweeper till the start-finish line. You'll see it coming up. There just weren't any out here in this section of the course. So I'm gassed. I try to pass this guy, and I don't know what happened. I got hung up. I thought I hit his boot for a second, but I finally got around him. More whoops. More trees. So watch this guy coming up on the right. I need to learn to turn like this guy. Look the way he tacked that. He was leaning. It's like he barely put his foot down. He knew he was gonna stick on that turn. And then he was probably in a higher gear than I was, and this is where I stop and tell him about the bike. But I need to learn to turn like that guy just turned. I was thinking, I hope they can hear me. I can barely hear myself over my bike. I did ask Lynette after the race, did you hear me? And she said, yeah, we heard you. Oh, so this guy tries to pass me, watch. 46. I'm like, come on. I've got to at least hold one guy off the whole race. So I find some grass over here on the left, the nice line, and I just go. Even though I'm on lap 3, I'm dead tired. Look at that. He didn't pass me. It's my one success story. It's the little things. If there's anybody still watching, that was nice. If there's anyone still watching, you'll know that was my one shining moment there. That wasn't even like, okay, here comes Easton. He lapped me. The kid is awesome. He rides moto and he rides cross country. He's good. He's really good. So I've been having trouble with this hill up ahead. I'm about to have some trouble with this hill up ahead. Right after this left-hand turn. I think I just kind of hit a sidewall there.
I almost saved it.
And then one of my legs slid off to the back, and then I went up on the berm, and then I fell over to the right. I just made a mess out of that. Now I gotta get back on the trail. Oh, I wasn't sitting on the bike yet there. Just trying to get the bike straight. Now I'm sitting on it. I almost fall again. These are the moments where I wish I had a 360 camera, like a 360 degree camera where you could just see me making a fool out of myself. Okay, a little oopsie here. It's a tight turn. It's a tight turn. Ooh. Glad I was going so slow. Okay, more roots right in the path there. So no more going fast, just totally in survival mode right now.
Gotta take a breather.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, another breather. It's like my third or fourth breather. Gotta cut that crap out. Almost used a stronger word there, but I gotta cut that out. Alright. Last time through the mega whoops. I'm in third gear going over these. So the speed is not third gear speed, but I know if I go to second, the wheels will be spinning a lot faster. It'll be a lot harder to control. But I'm so tired here. And I'll be quiet because you can hear the RPMs just, they're so low. It's like I'm almost about to stall. Right there, that got really low. I almost lose it right up here, watch. I got a little happy on the throttle and I kind of went off a whoop and landed in the face of another one, and my stomach came and hit the bar pad. But I was able to save it. I don't know how. Last year me would have just totally crashed there, and I don't know what would have happened. Alright, watch this. Like second gear is not gonna cut it when we get down into first, but then watch what happens. Neutral doesn't work. Going up hills. Oh, did you hear that? I called myself an asshole. Sometimes you just gotta, that self-deprecating humor, you just gotta roll with it. Okay, here comes Mike coming up on the right. A nice pass. I mean, it wasn't that hard. I was going like pretty decent clip there. So if you made it this far in the race, I commend you. It wasn't pretty, but it was a lot of fun. It was tough. It was a suck fest. Let's just be honest. Look at Craig's leg on the left up here. He's doing his signature move. I don't know what he calls it, but it's almost like a Marvin Muscan heel clicker, but he doesn't click the heels. And then I stall it in the last turn there. That was nice, Chris. Jerko. I'm so glad to finish. It was hard. It was hard. It was a hard race. Physically demanding for sure. Glad to be on the new bike. Had a ton of fun. Thanks for watching.